You're listening to Marilyn Weston, giving it to you straight from a woman's perspective, exclusively on AM 740.
Today, my guest is President and CEO of DesignAir.ca. His name is Wayne Langford, and he has 40 years in business, proudly Canadian, working with heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. So we talked about the benefits of getting a new furnace and paying attention to energy efficiency. But you know, the doors close in the winter and we tend to stay home and hibernate a little more. And that air can be a little stuffy. So maybe we should talk a little about indoor air quality, because I guess that's the ventilation part of your business.
Yes, Marilyn, indoor air quality is a very, very big portion of the HVAC industry and is becoming larger all the time as people are aware of poor indoor air quality. So humidifiers through humidifiers and dehumidifiers, air filters, HEPA filters, people who suffer from allergies would benefit greatly from a HEPA filter. Ultraviolet lamps that can take care of odors that may be coming off of the A coils on their air conditioners, programmable thermostats, ERVs and HRVs that bring fresh air into their house, duct cleaning, and CO detectors. That's all part and parcel of what indoor air quality is all about.
You know, I guess I'm blonde. I recognize maybe two of the things that you talked about as things that I would know we had to do. So maybe we could go back over it. I know the carbon monoxide can endanger our lives, and I believe it's law that we have one in our homes. Do you install those for people?
Absolutely. But Marilyn, what happens, the most important safety tip that I can give our listeners this morning is to go to their carbon monoxide detector, pull it out of the wall or take a look at it, and if it's over 5 years of age, replace it. A lot of people get carbon monoxide detectors and fail to realize that they are life dated.
So they have a lifespan.
Yes.
Just like a furnace. I didn't know. I thought a furnace, if it's in a house and it's working and it's 50 years old, is still A-OK. So if your carbon monoxide detector is over 5 years old, it not only needs a battery, it needs to be replaced. You heard it from the doctor of heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, President and CEO of DesignAir.ca, Wayne Langford. Thank you for that information. That, I think, is a jewel. I'm going to write that down and repeat it. That will save lives.
Yes.
Now, what about radon? I've heard of radon. What is that, and what should we do about it? Or can we do anything?
Well, we can. First of all, what's happening, Health Canada is taking a very serious look at radon in Canada, and they're doing current tests right now in all the federal buildings across Canada. And from that, they'll be developing a map of hotspots throughout Canada and go from there. ClimateCare, which is part of a co-op that Design Air belongs and helped to found back in 1993, is a leading testing company for radon in Ontario.
Oh, so do we need to have our homes tested?
The answer to that is yes.
Okay, and you do that because your company, DesignAir.ca, is known as a ClimateCare company.
Yes.
Okay, and so does the same phone number, if we want to get radon tested or we want to get our carbon monoxide detectors replaced because we have fingernails, we can just call that 905-881-1001 number?
Absolutely.
Okay, and you mentioned that if anyone has any questions, and you seem to be such a fount of knowledge, I guess 40 years of experience, if you're experiencing anything, your personal email is okay to give out on the air.
Please do so.
So Wayne at DesignAir.ca. Now, indoor air quality, you talked about protecting your health with HEPA filters and different things like that. Is that all attached to our furnace?
Yes. Basically, the furnace just produces heat. It's the ductwork actually that delivers the comfort. And that's kind of the last frontier. A lot of companies are not proficient at understanding how air moves through the duct system. And so a quality installation would be one that would evaluate the ductwork and maximize its performance by properly balancing it with the proper tools.
So are you saying that if we have ducts in our house, we should be having them cleaned?
Cleaned as well as balanced, yes.
And annually, or how often?
No, not annually.
Okay, good. That saves you some money.
Yes, absolutely. We would recommend to get your ducts cleaned, usually for about 3 different reasons. First of all, if you move into a new home, because you never know what the other people have left behind. And so let's get our ducts cleaned. Also, after any major renovation, all that drywall dust and all that debris that is around gets into the ductwork, and we want to remove it. And finally, if you've never had your ducts cleaned, we would also recommend to get your ducts cleaned at least once.
So I've learned a wonderful thing, that I have to get my ducts cleaned at least once, and then my heating will flow better and come out into the house and be clean and not as dusty, and I won't be dusting,
Yes.
fingernails. I'm Marilyn Weston, and I've been talking to Wayne Langford of designair.ca.